Elsewhere, all across our nation today, people are remembering the day when the Twin Towers were attacked. Ceremonies and events are happening right now to honor the first responders who gave their lives. One of those events is happening here in our region at the Virginia Military Institute in Lexington, where they're climbing 110 stories in honor of those first responders. So we sent 10 News anchor Rachel Lucas out there to that event. She's taking it in firsthand. She joins us live from Post tonight. So, Rachel, how are things going? Those guys looking tired yet?
It has been an incredible tribute, John. You mentioned they were climbing 110 stairs. They are just finishing up. I want you to take a look. This is probably the last set of stairs that they'll be climbing today. About 700 to 800 volunteered today to do this. We have volunteers from the cadets and then the VMI Firefighters Club. And I think it's really important to mention today that these cadets who are focusing on remembering those that we lost in 9/11, they weren't alive for 9/11. This is a younger generation, whereas, you know, this is something that we all remember where we were that day. And I want to introduce you to the chaplain today. This is John Casper. Thank you so much for being here today. You spoke today earlier. You led a prayer service and a moment of silence for these cadets. And then you also were sharing a story with me because you were a cadet on 9/11 right here at VMI.
That's right. That's right. So I remember going to class, and it was English class, and they turned the TVs on because the towers were actually falling real time. And I don't think we quite realized, what was the full gravity of what was happening. We went back into barracks, and as the day unfolded, it became evident. And I distinctly remember thinking I should probably call my parents, as a lot of people across the nation did, calling loved ones and family. And I remember rounding the corner to a phone room because in 2001, not every cadet had a cell phone back then. And so we had this phone room with wall-to-wall payphones. And so, and there was probably 16 of them. And I remember rounding the corner to this massive line that went out into the VMI barracks courtyard. And so I think it was at that moment that it sort of dawned on me, this is significant and life-changing, life-altering for so many people. And that was just a standout memory of mine.
Thank you for sharing that memory with me and with cadets today. And that's really been the message today, is making this a tangible thing for these cadets to understand the importance of and the importance of service. So it's really been beautiful. And we'll have much more on this later tonight on 10 News. John?
All right. Thank you, Rachel. And thank you also, of course, to the cadets.